Greetings, greetings. This is Coach Charlene, and welcome to the Whispers of Wellness channel. And I am so excited to be outside in one of my favorite spots. I love water. Water does something to my DNA, you guys. It's so peaceful, and that is part of my brand, and that is peace and love. And I love beauty. And so, our last video, we talked about the emotional contagion. But this video, I want to talk about you combating burnout with remembering your why. And boy, do I know this one up close and personal. So, when burnout whispers, you don't matter, purpose replies, you're changing lives every day, even if no one thanks you. I want you to let that sink in. In this particular video, we're going to combat burnout with something more powerful than any policy or perk, and it is your purpose, your original reason for being. By the end of this video, you'll feel reconnected, or at least a glimpse of it, of why you started, the difference you're making every day, and how to carry the impact with you into every shift. So let's talk about it. So burnout blinds you to your impact, and it's so true. I remember in 2010, and I shared it before, and it's in my book. 2009, I kind of started feeling this irritation, this like frustration, and like it just was like this yuck feeling, exhausted, all of the different signs of burnout. And I really didn't know what was going on. I had to really, really check myself, because I was like, okay, like what's going on? I love nursing. I went into it. I wanted to be a nurse when I was a kid, or a flight attendant. And of course, the nurse won out. But I lost the connection that I had. I actually lost the meaning of it during all the things that we were doing. It was busy all the time. I wasn't getting enough rest. I was constantly being pulled on, especially when you move up into leadership. Things are just extremely busy. I was doing night shift, first of all, so you're not getting the adequate rest that you need. So when you're so tired, you forget that you're changing lives. Now, I know I was changing lives, and that used to stimulate me. That used to inspire me to keep going. But when you're burned out, when you finally hit that empty tank, then just the things that used to excite you, they don't do it anymore. You chart, you're taking care of people, you're showing up, but inside you feel invisible. That's what burnout does. It disconnects you from your meaning. It disconnects you from your why. Here's some signs so I can help those out there that are in that space right now. I talk to a lot of nurses, a lot of just employees, period. And they always tell me that they are so burnt out. They are so unhappy with what they're doing, that we are in a crisis. Matter of fact, I think the last poll that I saw, it said that 70% of nurses are burnt out, and 55% of the population is burnt out. And emotional exhaustion was even higher. So we do have a crisis on our hands. And that's why I really want to help with the tools to help you to find you again. You dread going into work. How many people dread going into work? Especially when you're feeling like that. I mean, it took a task for me to get up and to go to work. Whereas before, I'm like gone and I'm there early and, all of that. But when you're burned out, everything is a chore. It's a chore to go do something with your friends. It's a chore to be there and take care of your family and be present like you're supposed to be. So you question if it even matters what you're doing when you know that it matters. You know that you went into the profession because you love taking care of people. But the light has become so dim that you go to sleep on the inside. You lose meaning. And now everything is exhausting that you have to do. Every task is exhausting. And then you just literally feel emotionally numb. I know so many people that are in this spot right now. And if you are one of those people, I am here for you. I am here. I want to see you thrive again. I want to see you reconnect with your purpose, reconnect with your why, or discover your purpose if you don't even know what that is. But just because it's not said doesn't mean it's not felt. Your presence is somebody's peace, even in the condition that you're feeling right now. I know you don't believe me, but it is extremely true because nurses quietly hold patients' hand even when you're going through so much yourself. We touch lives every day. We touch patients every day. We smile when we don't feel like smiling. We go in, we minister to people even when we are not at one with ourselves. So, to the world, you may be one nurse, but to one patient, you are the world. So don't forget that you are their world. When you show up and that patient's laying there vulnerable, sick, don't really want to be there, but has to be there, dealing with the health crisis that they weren't dealing with before. And here you go, you show up the oxygen, you show up the world, their world. Such a beautiful thing. Okay, so I'm going to show you that you're not just doing tasks, you're delivering comfort, safety, dignity. So never forget that. And this is where I'm going to pause a minute because what brought me out of burnout is caring science. So my organization brought caring science in 2010. And that was a game changer for me because I was going through the motions, definitely automaton, just like coming to do what I got to do, going home, the rat race, continuing doing the same thing because I had lost some of the meaning. I was able to continue to do some of the joy work that I loved, and that kept me grounded. And so I was good in a sense that way. But I saw a lot of other people that didn't have caring science that spiraled downward. And so caring science actually lit the fire that was starting to go dim. It almost like was a wick and my little light was flickering. But when I heard about caring science and the 10 Caritas processes, it was a game changer. I knew within myself that I had to do this. I had to become a Caritas coach because when I studied the theory itself, and it just teaches you how to be while you're doing. It teaches you how to take care of yourself first so that you can take care of other people. It was the first theory that I felt that ministered to the person that's caring for the patient, that's caring for the team. And so it put the finger back at you because you are responsible to take care of yourself. But sometimes we need to be reminded. And I love in one of Dr. Jean's teaching, she talks about the word theoria, and it means to see, to get you to remember. You already are doing the work, but her theory brings in language so that you can do the things that you need to do. And it totally reignited the passion that I had. And it really carried me the rest of my journey until I actually retired. And I'm still actually involved in doing the work because it is life giving and it is life receiving. And so I just wanted to add that just in case you don't know anything about it, make sure you reach out and say, hey, I want more information on caring science. They have a website, WCSI. You can hopefully let your organization know about it because it literally is a game changer. I mean, we saw post-pandemic, our staff move from depressed, wilted flowers. That's what it seemed like. They were angry, they were upset, they were burnt out, they were emotionally exhausted. When Caring Science came, it was a game changer. That team went from that state that I just mentioned to innovative projects, restoring their why, taking better care of themselves. I mean, it was a game changer. So it is powerful. So if you want more information, just let me know. So let's talk about this. This is just the why whisper. It's a morning ritual that you can do. And before each shift, I want you to say, I am here to bring light. I don't save the world, but I do save moments. And we do that so beautiful, those caring moments. What I do matters, even when it's unseen. And these are affirmations that you speak to yourself. If you have to do some mirror talk, then do it. See, I do mirror talk because I told you personal development is critical. And so I will get in the mirror because the work begins on the inside. And I will say, Charlene, I love Charlene. I forgive you. And Charlene, you are enough. Those things can break you down if you are self judging, if you have not forgiven yourself for the failures or the past mistakes. Those are the kind of things that hold us back. And so, okay, that was free. That was a just a little extra ad there. And so, let's go down to the last part that I want to talk about, healing through remembered impact. Think of one patient or one family or one colleague that thanked you. They cried with you, or they even remembered your name, or saw you out in the community and was like, "Hi, remember me? You delivered my baby." I mean, there's so many times that people come up to you and say, "Hey, do you remember me?" We make such an impact in other people's lives. And I want you to know that you have touched so many lives, even when you didn't feel like you did. You have touched many lives and you have made a difference in so many people's lives. And then I want you to do a journal prompt just so you can remind yourself, whose life have you touched? I bet you can't even name them because there's so many. But take some time and do those ones that really stand out, those significant ones that really touched you in a way that you remember even till today. What moment reminded me I was born to do this? Oh my gosh, what moment reminded you that you were born to do that? That has happened to me. My miracle story that I share a lot, I knew that that one moment in that one situation was one of the very reasons that I was born to be here on this earth. See, somebody needed you when you showed up. You were their everything in that moment. So I want you to be empowered and to know how special you are. Get the help that you need. If you need to get therapy, get therapy. If you need someone to talk to, reach out. Let's talk. Let's get you back in the groove to find that joy and meaning again. And then I think I have one more thing I want you to do. I want you to write your legacy shift note. You're probably like, what is that? I want you to write one sentence you want every shift to reflect. Kind of similar to, today I brought peace into someone's presence, or peace into someone's chaos. Here's another one. I saw the human, not just the diagnosis. Those are powerful. Those are intentions. And so put something down that you want to declare. For instance, I'll give it to you again just in case you need it. Today I brought peace into somebody's chaos. I saw the human, not just the diagnosis. And boy, we need to do that. Or let me try this one. I saw the patient and then the patient's name versus the diagnosis. Because I know as nurses, we do, hey, go take care of the heart in 210. That's not a heart. That's a human being that has a name, that has a story. And so when we get busy, when we get burnt out, we don't pay attention to those little details. And so people don't feel seen and they don't feel heard. So just something to think about. So thank you for showing up every day that you come to work, even when you don't feel like it, even when it's hard. I just want to thank you for showing up. I want you to take care of yourself. And if you need to get your why back, why don't you put in the comments, help me get my why back? And I will definitely reach out to you. Okay, thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.